A global icon, an artist who has grown and evolved right before our eyes. Justin Bieber, welcome to the show.
Nice, David. It feels good to be here, for real. Chill vibe. I like it.
That's the whole idea, man. No filters, no agenda, just good conversation. And I have to say, when your team mentioned you'd be open to talking about some, let's say, less conventional topics, I got really excited.
Yeah, well, I feel like I've spent so many years talking about the same stuff, you know? The music, the tours, my personal life. It's cool to just be able to wander, talk about the weird stuff I think about at 3 a.m. when I can't sleep.
Trust me, we all have those thoughts. And one of the topics that came up was conspiracy theories. It's such a fascinating rabbit hole. Where do you even start? Are you a full-time believer or more of a curious skeptic?
That's a good question. I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not a full-on tinfoil hat guy, but I've seen things. I've been to places and met people that make you wonder. It makes you question the narrative we're fed, you know? There are layers. The world isn't as black and white as they show us on the news.
I completely agree. It's like they give you the movie trailer, but not the full film. Is there any particular theory that's really grabbed your attention lately?
Okay, so one that has always blown my mind is the whole Antarctica thing. We're told it's just a frozen continent full of penguins and scientists. But then you start digging and you see weird stuff. Old maps that show the coastline without ice. Stories from admirals like Admiral Byrd who talked about a land beyond the pole, a warm land full of resources.
Yes, the Hollow Earth or Lost Civilizations Under the Ice. It's a classic.
Exactly, and I'm not saying there are dinosaurs living down there, although that would be sick. But what if there's something? Secret bases? Ancient technology frozen in time? Think about it. All the most powerful nations in the world signed a treaty in the 50s so that nobody could claim Antarctica and it would only be used for science. Why? Why the unified effort to protect a block of ice? Unless it's not just ice. It just feels fishy to me.
That's a great point. International cooperation on that scale is rare, unless there's a very powerful shared motive. And the idea of something being hidden in plain sight is so compelling.
For sure. One time we were out in the desert, I think Arizona or Nevada, going from one city to the next on the bus, and me and my buddy are just staring out the window, and we see this formation of lights like a triangle, no sound at all. And it just hung there hovering for what felt like 10 minutes. Then one of the lights just split off, shot towards the horizon at an impossible speed, and was gone. And the other two just blinked out like someone flipped a switch.
Wow, that's intense. And what do you think it was?
I don't know, man. And that's what's so fascinating. Are they from another planet? Is it our own super secret tech that we don't know about? Are they time travelers? All the options are insane. But I saw what I saw. And now that the US government is coming out and admitting there's stuff they can't explain, it makes you feel a little vindicated, you know? You're not just a crazy UFO guy anymore.
Right now, you're a person interested in unidentified aerial phenomena. It sounds way more respectable.
Exactly. It's all marketing. But that leads me to another thing, the reptilians.
Oh, here we go. The big David Icke theory. World leaders, celebrities, all shape-shifting lizards. Do you get on board with that one?
Look, here's my take. Do I think the Queen of England is literally a lizard? Probably not. But do I think there's something symbolic to it? Maybe. The idea that there's a bloodline, an elite that has been running things for centuries, that they aren't like us, that doesn't seem so far-fetched to me. Maybe they don't have scales, but they have a different mindset, a coldness. They see themselves as above the rest of humanity. To me, reptilian is more of a metaphor for that lack of empathy, that cold-blooded drive for power.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. Not literal, but as an archetype.
Yeah, because when you start looking into certain families, certain bloodlines, you see they're always there at the top. In banking and politics and media, it's like this exclusive club that you and I will never be a part of. And they make decisions that affect billions of people without even flinching. If that's not being a cold-blooded reptile, I don't know what is.
Speaking of control, what about Project MK Ultra or mind control? You've been in the entertainment industry since you were a kid. Have you seen things that made you think some of that could be real?
That's a dark topic. I've seen a lot of people people who come into the industry pure, full of talent and dreams, and they come out the other side as something else. The pressure is insane. They isolate you, they control your image, your time, who you see. They turn you into a product. And yeah, I've heard stories about programming, about how they use certain symbols in music videos, certain patterns to influence people.
Do you think it's intentional? Like a coordinated agenda?
I don't know if it's one guy in a dark room pulling everyone's strings. I think it's more systemic. It's a culture. Once you get to a certain level, there are expectations. There's a game you have to play. And if you don't play it, they cast you out. And I've seen artists who suddenly change completely, who have public breakdowns that seem strangely staged. I'm not saying it's all fake, the pain is real, but I sometimes wonder who benefits from that chaos.
The classic order out of chaos. Create a problem to then offer the solution.
Exactly. Distract us. Keep us hooked on celebrity drama so we don't look at what's really happening in the world. While everyone's talking about my latest haircut, there are people making decisions that are going to change our lives forever. And I've been a part of that distraction machine. It's something I've had to come to terms with.
That's really profound, Justin. It shows a lot of self-awareness. Is there a theory you just find kind of fun? One that you don't take seriously, but just love the idea?